Ireland's song for the 42nd Eurovision Song Contest will be chosen tonight at Eurosong 97, live from the Waterford Institute of Technology, after the news.
An investigation underway after the skipper of an Irish trawler dies in collision with a Spanish vessel. Albert Reynolds calls on John Major to help restore a northern ceasefire before the election. And in Albania, President Sali Berisha gives in to opposition demands. Good evening. The skipper of an Irish fishing boat died today following a collision between his vessel and a Spanish trawler off the southwest coast. The incident happened off Mizen Head this afternoon. The Irish vessel, the Exodus of Castletown Bear, sank after the collision. Its crew were taken on board the Spanish trawler and they were brought to Bantry, where they arrived a short time ago. The dead skipper was 42-year-old Danny O'Driscoll of Derrymahan West, Castletown Bear. The Department of the Marine has started an inquiry into the exact circumstances surrounding the collision.
Shortly after 1 o'clock, the Irish vessel, the Exodus, broadcast an emergency radio message saying they were sinking and needed immediate assistance 10 miles southwest of Dursey Island near Mizen Head. The Exodus, a 52-foot trawler, was involved in a collision with a Spanish-registered 100-foot steel-hulled trawler named the Seahorse. The Valencia lifeboat and the Shannon-based Marine Rescue Helicopter Service responded immediately. The 3 Irish crewmen were picked up by the Spanish vessel. The skipper was airlifted to Cork University Hospital shortly after 3 o'clock, where he was pronounced dead. A post-mortem examination is expected to be carried out later. Meanwhile, the Seahorse arrived in Bantry Harbour this evening. The crew of the Spanish vessel are still on board. The other 2 Irish crew members were greeted by family and friends.
Our reporter Deirdre McCarthy joins us live now from Bantry. Deirdre, do we know how this tragedy happened? I'm sorry, I believe we're talking to Dr. J.P. Toomey, the sergeant there in Bantry. Sergeant, what can you tell us about this tragedy?
Well, this incident happened today around lunchtime. There was a collision between a French vessel and an Irish vessel. And it resulted in the death of an Irishman, a local from Castletown Bear. At present, the Spanish vessel is in Bantry Harbour here, and we're waiting until tomorrow before we'll have examinations carried out of the vessel by the Department of Marine.
Sergeant, is anybody likely to be charged over this tragedy?
Well, it's a bit early yet to comment. I can't comment on that at the moment. It's a bit early yet.
Would you like to tell us what the atmosphere is like there at the moment?
Oh, the atmosphere is calm. There's essentially no problem at the moment down here.
We were given to understand that some of the people, the fishermen's colleagues from Castletown Bear, were very irate over what had happened. Could you confirm that to us?
No, there's no problem here at the moment. Nothing whatsoever.
Okay, Sergeant, thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
The former Taoiseach Albert Reynolds has called on John Major to make one last effort to secure a ceasefire in the north before the British general election. Mr. Reynolds also said the suspension of the Northern peace talks for 3 months without any progress is an admission of failure by the Irish and British governments.
Last Wednesday, the multi-party talks in the north were suspended for 3 months to allow for the British general election.